same person. And by doing that, all we're doing is basically saying that no one doesn't deserve the same amount of help. It's the attempt of Western culture for a one-size-fits-all approach to diversity. Basically what that means is that we're saying everyone is the same, which is wrong. I mean, that's how it works out. And what we need to realize is that America itself is a melting pot. I mean, America itself has come from a culture of people that all come from different countries, from different backgrounds. And we need to celebrate that. And we don't do that anymore. Instead, what we say is that someone's this person, someone's this person. And all that does is it breeds ignorance. And ignorance comes out of the fact that after you're basically trying to bottle up your political correctness, what happens is you explode and you say massively offensive things. And then we get to the problem that we also have in culture of classifying racism. We say that there's certain types of racism that are okay and other types that aren't. And those things are defined through things that are silly, things that don't really matter or apply. I mean, what we consider unacceptable racism is leaders. You know, if the president, if a sports leader, if an actor that we all love and adore, if those people are racist, what we've done is that we've basically put them on this pedestal and that takes them down from that pedestal. Which isn't right because they're just as equal as everyone else. Acceptable racism, rappers, comedians, old people. I mean, if Chris Rock says something racist, no one cares because that's Chris Rock. But if Jennifer Aniston turned out to be a hardcore racist, that would be a terrible thing. So here's the lyrics to a Billboard Top 10 Heat Seekers hit. Now, these lyrics are a bit offensive, and they're meant to be offensive. You should look at that and think that's incredibly wrong. That's incredibly rude, it's incredibly wrong. This comes from a person named Tyler, the Creator. He has a top 10 album, a huge hit, and he also has an MTV award for Best New Artist and many other awards as well. We consider that acceptable racism. If he's willing to win awards, if he's willing to be celebrated, that itself is that we've accepted this as a society. And that itself is wrong because there is no such thing as varying degrees of racism. Being a member of Westboro Baptist is just as bad as a rapper who uses racial slurs and racial dirge. Those two things are just as wrong as each other. This person right here, his name is Chinua Achebe. You may know him because he wrote the book Things Fall Apart in the 1950s, which is a celebrated book about African American culture. In 1975, he wrote a book basically on why Heart of Darkness, the book by Joseph Conrad, is inherently racist. He talked about the fact that Joseph Conrad uses racial slur. He talks about basically dehumanizing Africans that lived in the Congo and such. But what he didn't realize was that 37 years later, we wouldn't look at that as racist. We wouldn't look at a rapper who said racial lyrics as racist. We would just mainly say that that's acceptable. That's part of their time period. That's part of who they are. And is that the dream that Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of, that his daughter would not be judged? Instead of the fires of movies like Do the Right Thing, and the fires of places like LA, because people are not respecting each other's races? Is that what he spoke of? Because right there is a sea of people. And all of those people have different stories, different identities, different cultures. And we don't get to generalize that, because each person has their own story, and that is their own right. And that is why everyone is a little bit racist if they don't accept that. Thank you.
Thank you, Eli, and thank you for dealing with our technical difficulties at the beginning. We have another shirt. Okay, next up we have our defending champ, Evan Cawley, along with his partner, Boyd Lanehart.
Everybody wants to rule the world. And wish I had to take over the world. My name is Evan Cawley.
I'm Boyd Lanehart.
Let's get started here, folks. What did your mother teach you?
What did your mother teach you, Evan?
She taught me to pirate movies.
No, not that.
She taught me to rob banks. You know,
Evan, not that.
She taught me to pickpocket. So you slide the wall
Evan,
down.
enough of your questionable childhood.
Fine, she taught me to ask nicely.
Exactly.
Pop quiz, does anyone ever ask nicely to take over the world?
Yes.
No.
With 7 billion people on Earth right now, I'm sure someone has asked.
I'm sure someone has asked, but no one is qualified. However, I am. Hey world, can I take you over? And if that doesn't work,
create a giant laser and threaten to blow up the moon.
And ask for $100 million.
Evan, that's not very much.
$100 trillion.
Maybe a little more.
$100 infinity. Yeah.
And
if that doesn't work,
invent a growth serum.
The possibilities are endless.
Or eat a mushroom.
Worked for Mario. I'm big, Goomba, I'm gonna kill you. to the drawing board.
And if that doesn't work, steal something secret.
It could be nuclear launch codes.
Or Mike Tyson's tiger.
Or the Krabby Patty secret formula.
And use the money from this stuff to create mind control buckets.
Just avoid rocking sponges and you'll be fine.
And if that doesn't work, make stuff self-aware.
It could be apes and monkeys.
And that's kind of the same.
Or computers and robots.
Also the same. You're being redundant.
Redundant? Redundant.
That was redundant.
That was redundant.
And if that doesn't work, make people love you.
And then slowly turn on them.
There are 3 main men that fit this description.
They may seem cute and cuddly, but they're not. These men are
Mickey Mouse, Ronald McDonald, and Barack Obama. And if that doesn't work, win people over with books.
Now there are 3 main franchises, stories, that kind of stuff. And these stories are
Star Trek,
Harry Potter, and Twilight.
And if that doesn't work, kill your local superhero.
It pretty much makes you king of the world.
I never thought I could take over the world so simply. Now, this spoiler is for the upcoming Batman.
Bane breaks Batman's back. And if that doesn't work,
Your cuteness level could exceed 9,000.
one fine example is the brave little toaster.
He's just...
Dang, he is cute. Give it up for the brave little toaster.
And if that doesn't work...
Aliens. It's a conspiracy, man.
The government doesn't want us to know.
They've been living with us for years.
Are you an alien?
Are you an alien? What about you?
And if that doesn't work, create a virus to make people zombies.
No one else on Earth. You automatically rule.
Good luck not being eaten, though.
That might be a problem.
Then you become a zombie.
Back to the drawing board.
Probably. And if that doesn't work, try again.
It might work the second time.
But probably not.
Chances are not.
Yes. 3rd time's a charm, though.
3rd time? 4th time is great. This time of year I heard.
Yeah, 5th.
5th? I like her parents.
In review, ask politely.
It's what your mom said.
Make a laser and demand $152. Make a growth potion. Steal something secret.
Like the Krabby Patty secret formula.
Make apes and robots self-aware.
Or monkeys and computers.
Make people love you.
I wish I could make people love me.
Write a book.
I'm so lonely.
It's simple.
You kill the Batman.
Or be a cute talking toast.
It's so cute. It's little blanket friend aliens.
Make a virus to kill everyone.
Preferably not yourself, though.
Yeah. And if none of this works, return. It might work the 2nd time.
Or the 3rd.
Or the 4th.
5th?
6th,
7th, 8th, 9th? How many Saw movies are there? I don't know.
Way too many.
Really?
Warning! Under no
circumstances
should you ever do the following when trying to take over the world.
The do not do of all times.
Never be a mouse about yay big.
The pinky, and the brain. Thank you.
Back is broken. We have one more presenter left, Colton Granger. Who wants a t-shirt? Okay, give it up for Colton.
My name is Colton Granger, and I like it in my youth a lot. It's really fun. I'm doing a presentation on how to liberate yourself. Not necessarily how to liberate yourself from conformity, from normativity, how to liberate yourself from narrow horizons of thought so you can think and enjoy your life without fear, without ignorance, and truly experience bliss. So you either have total totalitarianism or ruthless commercialism, and either way, everyone ends up dead, and if they don't end up dead, then they end up crazy, and if they don't end up crazy, they end up devoid of all emotion and hope. And so you feel as if you're spinning into this hole of pitiless despair, and there's nothing you can do to escape it, and so you feel lonely, but you'll go to parties, but even at parties, the music's not loud enough, and there's no amount of TV you can watch to fill the void. And so you're going mad, and you're seeing the voices, and you're hearing the faces, and everything seems like it's going crazy, and everyone around you is going crazy. Calm down, it's fine. Fear is only fear itself, and there's a number of things that you can do to overcome fear. Fear is only an intolerance to diversity. Fear is only being unaccustomed to what you are unaccustomed to. So you react to strange by acting stranger. I can assure you I know, because I may find myself to be the strangest. So let me blow your mind. What is strange is functional. What is strange is humorous. What is strange is possibly productive. It is qualitative when there is no quantitative data. It is beautiful, it is irrational, it is emotional, but most of all, strange is compelling. Novels like A Clockwork Orange, which demonstrate man taken away from his ability to choose, demonstrate some of the most fundamental aspects in our society. Rousseau's totalitarianism, as demonstrated by 1984. Brave New World illustrates the danger of using psychoactive drugs necessarily to cover up your negative emotions. And so I feel what you should do is you should embrace the fact that tragedy exists. Embrace the fact that you will suffer in your life and that bad things happen to people, because I feel that you need the tragedy in order to understand that there is joy and that at the same time there is despair, and that you should understand both with contrast, and at the same time you should keep yourself in context. You should understand how we have made mistakes in the past of our history, and that there have been genocides and that there have been bombings, but we can learn from our mistakes, and we can understand how to move past those mistakes without thinking specifically in our mindset of today. You should embrace diversity, necessarily understanding that different cultures bring different options to the table, bring different things that you can learn. Necessarily, you should go to them and you should say, what better can I do? You should think outside of the box so you can draw similarities between things that you hadn't thought of before. And this will allow you to think deep, to understand how necessarily a poem or movie you saw relates directly to your life, and how it indicts you for some guilty action that you have taken, or how it relieves you of the oppression that you felt. And you should also think why, necessarily thinking without bounds or limits necessarily to your mode of thought. And if there's any box that you should think outside of, it's the television. Because sitting in front of the television for hours on end will only bring you nothing. Necessarily that you will feel empty, and you will feel continually devoid of emotion and hope, because you have wasted your time. Another tool, or whatever, I guess, I buy window markers and I write on mirrors. So when you look in the mirror, you don't see yourself, but you see what you want. Necessarily, you're not vain, but you see what you want to become. You should also explore Idaho, be it Jump Creek, be it Bogus Basin, be it go up to Ketchum. There's a lot of different places, such as the Black Canyons, where this was taken, that you can go and you can necessarily explore and understand where you live and how beautiful nature is around Idaho. You should eat and you should cook together. The communal experience of preparing a meal and then sharing that meal with other people is necessarily the strongest bond that we can experience with other people. And there are pictures of my dog. I think that having an animal is a really nice way having an animal is a really nice way to empathize with something that's not human, and understand that, this is my dog. He's beautiful. But you can empathize with something that's not human. When you're down, he can lift you up, or she. Yeah, he's a great dog. But necessarily what the point of this is that you understand that there are some things that feel emotions that are not human, that other animals feel emotion, that other animals feel bad or feel good. And my last point is you should do what you want, really. When you party, be it you actually are partying or you're playing jazz music, you should do what you want, and you should do it well. You should write poetry well, you should make art well, but you should do what you want and you should do it well. I would thank you for your time. I really hope that this can apply to your personal lives.
Give it up for Colton!
Okay, our judges will now head into deliberation. Can we have all the contestants back up on stage?
Judges, please go backstage. Or into the hallway. Who wants some more t-shirts? Oh, that wasn't a very good job, Colton. All right, so these are our presenters. Give them one big round of applause. Alright, so we have a little bit of time while our judges are going down, so you guys just sit around and talk for a little bit.
Hey Josh, want to tell us a joke?
I can tell you guys a joke. Okay. Why couldn't the 10-year-old go to the pirate room? Yeah! Woo! I love that joke. Oh yeah, can we get a picture, please? We have a little bit of time, so everybody's around to talk. And the winner is...
This year's Night Youth is Eli Hansen.
Don't get your trophy, Eli. Oh boy. Give it up for Eli! We'd like to thank Meridian or Mountain View High School for putting on Ignite Youth, or letting us put on Ignite Youth at their school, and thank Mayor's Youth Advisory Council for letting us, for putting this on for us, and give a big thanks to our judges.
Thank you everyone else for coming out and supporting Ignite Youth.
Thanks for MCs,
Would Eli like to say anything?
Thank you. I just got done speaking,
Good night, everybody. Please drive safe. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your Saturday or enjoy your weekend.